I nearly quit this whole thing, not once, but 3 times. Now, the last time, it was the middle of the night, some ungodly hour, and I was staring at my Etsy shop with 0 sales. Like, not a few, not a handful, but 0 sales. And it wasn't that I wasn't trying, right? I was working my ass off. It wasn't that I wasn't trying, but I was guessing. And you know that feeling? You think, hey, I found this niche. You know, this is the one. This is it. And you give up your weekend. You know, you tell your partner, I'm going to lock myself away. You put off stuff you were going to do with your kids, and you start listing and listing. You get so excited. You're creating great designs, and you're listing and listing and listing, but nothing is happening. Nothing. And then that little voice, you know, it gets into your head, and you start thinking, well, maybe this just isn't for me. And here's what it does to you. You know, it's not that you just don't see sales every week, or you're not making money every week, but it gives you a lack of belief in yourself, right? You stop, your confidence goes, you just stop believing in yourself. You know, that excitement that you had at the beginning, it just dwindles and dwindles and dwindles. And you know, most people, this is where they stop. This is where they quit. So one night, I just stopped. Right, I stopped, and I was thinking, I'm doing all this stuff, right? I'm doing all this research, this SEO research. It's draining me. It's taking hours and hours and hours. I'm validating every niche. I'm spending time. I'm researching listings. I'm going into stores. I'm like, to validate a store properly, it takes a hell of a lot of time. I'm brainstorming ideas. I'm getting the pen and paper out, and I'm writing them down, and I'm brainstorming, and I'm just doing all this stuff, this busy work. What if there was a tool that could do all of this for me, and I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff? I could just go and design and make amazing designs. Well, that is the night that Pyretos was born. And look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're starting from, right? If you're a super experienced seller with, you know, multiple stores and sales rolling in every day, this tool is going to just speed up. It's going to hyper speed your production, and it's just going to set your stores on fire. And if you're brand new, you've never listed anything ever online, ever on Etsy, this is for you. I've got you covered. I'm going to speak about that in a moment. I'm going to introduce you to my software, Pyretos. I'm just going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you a complete demonstration. I'm going to walk you through the features of Pyretos and just show you how powerful this software is and how it can change the way you list online forever. So let me go ahead and just show you the thing, right? No slides, but the actual product. And here we are. We're inside the Pyretos dashboard. You can see up the top here, we have the Trends tab, TikTok, Niche, Brainstorm, Competitors, Etsy SEO, Branding, the new Promotion Studio, the saved items, and of course our Academy. I'm going to give you a quick run through and kind of show you what these are about. So you can see first of all here the Trends tab. If you want to get an idea of what's trending right now, I'm just going to hit this Load Trends tab here. And you can see here, hot right now, we can add trends that we spotted on TikTok or Instagram, or see what's actually trending right now. Not last week, not last month, not last year. So for example, here we have Neo, Y2K fashion, K-pop, collab mania, very popular. My twins are into this stuff, it's crazy. Viral TikTok dance challenges, Mars, you can get the idea here. And they are all scored, see a 9, an 8, and we can brainstorm any of these ideas. So that'll bring us over to the Brainstorm tab here. But we can hit the Brainstorm under, say, for example, K-pop collab mania. Might have to design one of these shirts for my twins. Crazy about this stuff. What's that sound? Golden. Anyway, you parents of young kids probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It drives you nuts sometimes, but there you go, right? More collabs than sleep schedule. My bias in every timeline. Collab season never ends. So here we go. K-pop collab mania. And it'll tell you exactly, right, how K-pop collab mania ruins your sleep, but is worth it. So the general vibe of the shirt, right? The fantasy that your favorite idol collabs with everyone faster, the idea, and then of course the design, you know, split screen aesthetic showing the same idol in different collab aesthetics. And you get the idea here. It'll do the same for everything. And if you don't like any of these ones, well, you can hit brainstorm again, and it will come up with 10 new ideas. So that's the brainstorm tab. I mean, we've got the competitor section here where you can research competitors' t-shirts, mugs, hats, their ideas, see what they are doing, and how it stacks up against what you're doing. We have a whole branding section where it'll teach you and show you and create for you your store, essentially, your header, your logo image, your description. It'll even come up with name ideas for your store, and not just general names that it spits out, right? Names that are searched for, right? Names that will show up when people are searching for your specific store in whatever niche that might be. So it's very, very detailed. I could go deep into all these tabs, but for now, let me just show you a t-shirt, right, in real time. The very first one that came up here, streaming the same collab 847 times. I imagine there's some significance to that. I don't know anything about this niche. Large number typography as a focal point, streaming wave, visual underneath, minimal aesthetic. And right, this is streaming obsessed K-pop fans, age 14 to 26, right? That is who the audience for this shirt is. So we're going to hit, you can save these, by the way. So it'll go into your save tab here. If you want to save it for later, over here beside the promo studio. And by the way, the promo studio is something I designed just last week, which will allow you to make any kind of designs. It'll allow you to create your own email copy. If you're a marketer and you're sending out, for example, a new design that you've just created, and you've got a list, an email list, this will create that whole email campaign for you. And of course, the designs as well. Say you're giving like 25% off the first week, it'll make up amazing killer designs that will allow you to do that as well. So I've kind of covered all the bases inside there, but I'm going off on a tangent here. Let me go back to this. I'm going to hit create design prompt. And guys, when I created this software, this was out of necessity. To take away all those painstaking hours of research and designing and brainstorming, and I just said I need a tool that could do everything for me and make business fun again. And this is it, guys. So no matter what you use, whether it's Nano Banana, Kittle, Midjourney, ChatGPT, Canva, we can adapt for this software. I personally love Kittle. I'm going to use it for this example. So I'm just going to hit here, copy the prompt, going to go over to Kittle, going to pop it in here. Now, say, for example, I wanted to use ChatGPT. Same thing, copy the clipboard. I'll go over to ChatGPT. I'm going to pop it in here. And we're going to leave that for a minute, and it's going to create the design for us. Now, we also have another option if you like different styles. Now, for example, I have a hand-drawn ink sketch design engine in here, built in. Not only that, it's a distressed vintage emblem, sticker stack collage, bold retro 70s. This is something that you do not see, and just makes those designs really pop and really special. So if there's a certain design you want and you believe that it can fit with one of these styles, feel free to use them and experiment. I'm just going to do this now. I'm not sure about this niche, so we don't know what this will come out like yet, but let's figure it out, okay? I'm just going to copy this here. Let me go back over to Kittle. And we'll pop that in here. And let's just see what it comes out with. And again, we have bold retro 70s, sticker stack collage, halftone zine. Let's try the sticker stack collage here. Generate style prompts. We're going to go back over here. We'll go to ChatGPT for this one. Oh, we gotta wait for this one. This one is nearly done. So let's hold up here. And here we go, right? So here's the first t-shirt. Now there has to be some significance here for this niche. 847, streaming the same collab, rookie numbers. So for somebody that is into this niche, this is going to be badass, and it's going to be meaningful to that age group that is into that K-pop collab culture. Again, I don't know too much about this. Maybe you do watching this, or maybe your kids can tell you. I'll probably ask mine. But this is going to be a badass design for that specific niche. This one's not ready yet, so we'll give that a minute. We'll go back here. There we go, right? And you can see here, 847 streaming the same collab. And this on a t-shirt is just going to look absolutely badass. I wish I knew the significance here. I'm going to have to research this myself later. But let's pop this next design into the search. We'll go back over here and see how this one is doing. There we go. This is the ink sketch. Right, so this will look badass, right? This will look amazing on, say, a black Comfort Colors t-shirt. This will look absolutely incredible. So you can see, guys, the kind of designs that this is putting out. Let me go into a different niche. Let's see what else is popping up here. Competitive macrame knot sequence. I don't know anything about that. Competitive sourdough starter. That's just crazy, these niches. I don't know what any of these niches are. And that's the thing about this software. If you want to get really niche specific, find areas to sell in that most people just don't even know exist. Like small, passionate communities of people that want merchandise. This is it, right? This software will do that for you, which is so cool. Vintage sextant and navigation collectors. Competitive antique. I don't know anything about these niches. I mean, maybe you guys do. You tell me. It'll tell you, if there's low competition, medium profit, low profit here. We don't want low profit. We want good profit, medium profit, medium profit. And you can keep generating as many niche ideas as you want. You can also go into the brainstorm tab and you can pick whatever you want. So for example, cryptocurrency is very popular at the moment, isn't it? A lot of people are talking about the markets and Bitcoin and all that stuff. So let's just see. I've never actually brainstormed cryptocurrency, but I know there's a huge, passionate audience for cryptocurrency. Checking my wallet is like my ex's socials. I'm not addicted. I'm just diversifying my dopamine sources. This is fine. I'm definitely not watching the charts at 3 a.m. Let's just generate a design prompt. Let's just see what it puts out for this. If you are a crypto guy, you probably know exactly what this means. We'll try a Kittle prompt. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back over to Kittle. I'm going to pop it in there. And then what I'll do is I'll go and I'll do the same prompts for Chat GPT. Oh, I forgot about this one. So here we go, right? Streaming the same collab, 8, 4, 7 times rookie numbers. This is brilliant. I love this. This is cool design. And you can get really addicted to this, guys. In my community, which, you can join straight away. You don't even have to purchase the software to get into the community in the Facebook group. You can come in and check out designs and what people are doing in there, which is one of the cool parts of this software. It's like collaboration. Everyone's in there sharing what they're doing, asking questions, showing their designs. People are building out shops in specific niches. They have ideas how to use this software, not only for Etsy, but for different things, servicing businesses, for example, and their merchandise and stuff like that. There's so many uses that you would just not generally think of that people can use Pyretos for. Just close a few of these tabs. Okay, here's the one that's designing right now. And you can see it takes about a minute for a design in Kittle and roughly about the same in ChatGPT. So, essentially you can go and make 30, 40 t-shirts in a day, or hats, or scarves, or mugs, if that's what you want to do. Back when I was doing this, I would spend hours brainstorming an idea, validating that idea, SEO research, and how to do the titles, and how to do the tabs, and how to get the image onto the t-shirt. And this software, it really just solves all those problems. Let me go back here. You can see the branding studio. So for example, if you have a concept, crypto dudes, crypto bros, not a thing now, is it? Target audience, Insters. Let's say spell, isn't it? Or ERS. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do that, right? Crypto bros, investors. And this will brand a whole store for you. Right? It'll think of the ideas for the names. It'll create the banner. It'll do everything for you. So the ideas, right? Block Vibe, Vaultware, Cipher Code, Neon Hash. These are all crypto terms. It'll write the About section, the shop announcement, new drops every week, designed for holders who move fast. The banner image prompts you for the header of your store. The icon, which is the logo of your store. So it's a whole design studio to get your store up and running straight away. Then we have the Etsy SEO. If you want to give the shirt concept, you can mention a brand, the brand of t-shirt, or don't mention any brand, and it'll generate the listing for you. It'll run you through a photo listing checklist, pricing calculator. We have an SEO library down here for ideas that you've saved up. So we got everything covered here for you. Like, everything is covered. Here's a t-shirt. This is pretty cool, right? I'm definitely watching the charts at 3 a.m. I love this. This is awesome. I would wear this. This is cool. We go back to Kittle. There we go. Right, badass designs. And like I said, you can play around with these designs, have fun, and really, you know, make business fun again using the Pyretos software. We'll go over to the community, and I do a lot for our members in here. You know, I create a lot of content. I do a lot for our affiliates, everything. This is an old store of mine, dinking on my day off. You see here, people are, Cindy made this awesome store here. You get the idea. And we're just starting here, guys. We have 110 members in here, our founding members. And, you know, that's why Pyretos right now is priced so competitively. So I would suggest, you know, grab it now, play around with it. I mean, you've got 30 days anyway. And then if you don't like it, hey, we go our separate ways, you get your money back, no awkward conversations, none of that stuff. And, you know, that's it. That's it. But this can light a fire under your listings. So if you are an Etsy seller or Shopify or eBay and you're just selling and designing a ton of stuff, you can ignite that. And if you're brand new, we got you covered. You know, we got the Academy in here where I'm actually building a store live. We have setup guides, we have software training, got you covered. Everything is in there. There's going to be a ton of videos in there. Already got a few, 20, 30 videos in there. So we got you covered, guys. Go ahead, check it out properly, give it a spin, and see what you think. Now I know the cynic in you, and you're saying, you know, it's generic AI, it's going to give me that generic AI mush. But you see, that's what's different about Pyretos. Pyretos isn't generic AI. All it knows is Etsy. All it knows is branding. All it knows is design. This is all it's been trained on. So we've got you covered. Now you might say, well, I'm just not techie. As I said before, you know, if you can send a text to your friend, you can do this. Or, well, I've never sold on Etsy before, I've got your back. That's what the Academy is for. You know, I'm going to be building a store from beginning to the first sales, to the first 100 sales in there, so you can watch me over the shoulder and follow along with our community inside of our Pyretos community. Or I don't have time. You know, this is designed to give you your evenings back. You know, it's designed for the person that doesn't have time. So you can start with the Pro option and you can see the current cost below, or the Done For You option. Let us handle everything, the AI costs, everything else. You know, push it, pull it, break it, put it through its paces. And if it doesn't do everything that we say it does, at the end of 30 days, get your money back, no questions asked. But this founding price, this only lasts while we're small. When we start to grow, that price increases. So join us and let's make business fun again.